Hey guys, what is up? This is Crypto Herc along with Jay Trader. How are you, man?
Doing great, man. How are you today?
Yeah, all good, all good. It seems we are having too many live streams together, right?
Every day.
Every day. The last live stream, like yesterday, the last live stream of the day for the celebrations of the 200,000 followers of CryptoBirb. We are throwing this 2-week party. It ends on Monday. So make sure to join us. You can get an access for 2 weeks for free. And also we have more things that we will say, we'll tell you later on. And sorry about the delay, we got delayed 5 minutes because we have so many people in this live stream, and I'm looking forward. But before that, let's hear some words from our partners.
Prime XBT is the most powerful trading platform offering immediate access to over 30 assets. Trade cryptocurrencies, forex, commodities, stock indices, and much more, all from a single Bitcoin settled account. Visit the link below and start trading on Prime XBT in minutes.
Ferrum Network is an interoperable DeFi ecosystem offering token pre-sales, staking as a service, project incubation, and much more. Visit thebirbnest.com/Ferrum. Globe is an upcoming crypto derivatives exchange offering up to 100 times leverage on crypto and DeFi perpetual contracts. Sign up for early rewards at thebirbnest.com/globe. Radix is the first Layer 1 protocol built specifically to serve DeFi. More information at thebirbnest.com/radix. YFDAI is democratizing finance by creating the most secure, transparent, and user-friendly ecosystem of DeFi products. To learn more, visit thebirbnest.com/YFDAI.
Cool, we are back. And at this point, I would like to welcome Ian Friend, CEO of Ferrum. How are you, dear friend?
Doing great, guys. Good to see you again. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you again. Yeah, it's great having you. I love how passionate you are with what you do. So it's always a pleasure talking to you. And along with you, by your side, we have Carlos Melgar. Hey, Carlos.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And how are you?
Doing well. Excited to be here with you guys.
Good stuff. And you are a lead of NFT strategist.
That's right. Yeah, I work in the NFT realm of Ferrum, which is pretty new, pretty experimental. And we're just excited to implement this new emerging technology into the product family that Ferrum has built.
Yeah, and NFTs is a new technology, as you said, and something that people, when NFTs started, didn't believe a lot, let's say, but we will have time to speak about it. Before that, Ian, tell us a few words about Ferrum, because actually Ferrum is the one organization where, they use it. People say buy cryptocurrencies or buy Bitcoin because it works against inflation. But for me, Ferrum and investing in projects that you incubate is the actual way to financial freedom. And yeah, so it's crazy. You have so many projects and the ROI is so high. But tell us a few words, how Ferrum started and what is the vision of Ferrum?
Sure. So I appreciate the kind words. Having Ferrum compared to Bitcoin is a humbling thing. But Ferrum started in the 2018 bear market with the vision of bringing cryptocurrencies to the masses through our technology and also our services. And since then, we've grown to having 4 or 5 product lines, tens of thousands of active users, many profitable lines of business, including the incubator, like you mentioned. But all of it is ultimately geared towards bringing more people into this space and making sure that it's profitable and safe for them to be involved in the space. And so, yeah, it's been quite the journey for the past 3 years, but I like to say we're just getting started.
It really sounds like you guys are building this thing to last for the long term. So not many projects in the crypto space could say the same.
Yeah, I think that's one big problem that's plaguing the space is this really short-term thinking. And it's easy to launch a token. It's not easy to build a business, a sustainable business. And it's also not easy to do consistently right by your supporters, your investors. And that's really what we're striving to do. We want to make sure that everyone involved in our ecosystem, whether they're an investor or there's someone who's part of our influencer network like you guys, that they're taken care of, they're treated with respect. They're making money. That's largely what a lot of people are here to do. Not easy to approach it this way, but I think it's that long-term vision that we have that's really been one of our strong suits throughout the past 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say are the differences between Ferrum and other similar companies? So what do you bring to the table that people will get inspired from, and they will say, okay, Ferrum is the projects they incubate is what I want to invest in?
Well, I think it's a number of factors. For one, I think our ethos of a long-term approach and a hands-on approach to our incubations makes all the difference in the world, and the way that we structure those deals ensures that we actually have an entrenched interest in this project's success over the long term. So the interests are aligned, and people can be comforted knowing that we're going to be there supporting them over the long term. But to dive more into the details, there's no other incubator that can, in addition to providing the fundraising services and the marketing services, and now the NFT campaigns that we're launching, also our technology, right? There are not a lot of incubators that have a core line of technology that helps projects as they launch. So staking as a service is one of our strongest products. Anti-bot technology to ensure that launches are not sniped by bot snipers. In our upcoming token bridge, which will be a white label product that allow users to swap between chains, and that any project can use. These are things that only the Ferrum incubator can provide, and most other launchpads just have a single product, which is their launchpad. They don't have this whole suite of DeFi technology and services behind them. So between that, and I think just our caring for the community and the way that we conduct ourselves sort of professionally, that's, I think, what separates us from a lot of the competition.
Yeah, especially the ethos, and I'm a member of your community on Telegram, and I can confirm that the vibes there are very positive. And one more question. Let's say now I'm an investor, right? And I'm looking for options. What is the way, and how can I invest in Ferrum's projects and can participate in the pre-sales you have?
Sure. So we wanted to make that process extremely simple and user-friendly and stress-free. So all you need to do is, purchase or otherwise secure a threshold amount of Ferrum, which is now 25,000 Ferrum tokens and 0.2 Ferrum X tokens. Move that to your Unifier wallet, which is the Ferrum mobile wallet, and you just hold it there. You don't have to stake it. You don't have to lock it or anything. You just hold it there, right? So it actually has a lot of flexibility. We then will send, every time we launch a new pre-sale, we will send everyone who holds that amount of Ferrum in their wallet an email. And you have 36 hours to pledge your interest in that project. And then of all those who pledged, we'll send you a contribution form, and you'll be able to actually invest in that project as well. And you have 36 hours to do both those things. So it's not one of these first come, first serve, got to be by the computer. Oh my God, if I missed it, I have 3 minutes. Oh, I got to pay all this gas, whatever. Send in a form, wait for emails. It's really stress-free. And we think that's frankly the gold standard of incubations.
And sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, yeah, because half the time with a lot of these launches, you don't even know if you've made it onto a whitelist or anything like that. And then, like you say, you only have a few minutes or something to get in there. But I really like that you think of the customer first in this case.
Thank you. Yeah, it's all about the customer. It's all about the client. But we're also thinking from our standpoint, like, I'm a busy professional. Everyone on my team, busy professionals. You guys, busy professionals. Who can be expected to be in front of the computer at that right exact moment? Especially you think about the different time zones that people live in around the world. Like I've heard of people having to wake up at 4 a.m. just to try to get into a whitelist to get $50 allocation. No. With Ferrum, you hold the tokens. You get an email 36 hours. By the way, the allocations that Ferrum gives are probably among the highest in the industry. One of our last projects, we were giving $1,000 allocations, and keep in mind these are early rounds. This is not the public sale round. This can even be the seed round. Certainly the private round, strategic round. These early rounds with bigger discounts, you're getting big allocations, and that's because projects come to us. They want us to help launch their token in their project, and they actually give us sizable allocations, which we then give to the Ferrum community. So that's how that happens. But I don't think there's anyone out there giving this big of allocations in this stress-free of a way. And
it's very important also to mention that you have lowered the threshold of FRMs that someone needs to hold in order to pre-sales. Would you like to say a few words about that? What was the previous threshold and what's now? Probably more people are able to get into those amazing pre-sales.
Yeah, we're always looking to optimize that structure, right? The price of Ferrum fluctuates just like other cryptocurrencies, and the governance committee is very aware of the really the long-term goals here. By the way, the governance committee helps us structure these things and set these thresholds. Our goal is to allow as many people in as is feasible. And we don't want to make it prohibitively expensive to get in, so we're regularly revisiting this. It was 50,000 Ferrum, and now it's 25,000 Ferrum for a guaranteed allocation in these projects. One more thing, by the way, before we turn it over to because I know folks are probably eager to hear about the Ferrum Network collectibles we just announced. We're doing a new thing too with the pre-sales that was received incredibly well. And that is, like other incubators, there's a requirement to hold Ferrum tokens. You can't just buy the Ferrum token, hold in your wallet for 5 minutes, get the email, and contribute, and then dump your Ferrum 5 minutes later and expect to get, actually be able to participate in that project's pre-sale. Doesn't work that. We're generous, we're flexible, but there has to be some limit to that. And so what we've done is institute a new policy, or it's really enforcing an old policy. Anyone who sells their Ferrum before the first distribution of the project that they invested in will receive a refund minus 10% for admin costs. Those people that also, of course, forfeit their allocation. They don't get tokens anymore. So what do we do with those tokens? We actually give them to the Ferrum community members. Those who added 10,000 additional Ferrum tokens are now actually getting the allocations that were forfeited by the quote unquote dumpers.
How fair does this sound, right? You protect also your company, your token from dumps, and you also reward the people that are for their loyalty.
That was the idea behind it, and one of our community members actually helped devise this system. So great shout out and kudos to him. But I think it's perfect. We piloted it just now for the network project, and we learned some things. It was by no means perfect. We're going to improve it, but we're going to apply this going forward because I think that's exactly it. It's protecting the Ferrum investors. It's rewarding the right behaviors, and the people who are loyal to Ferrum or long-term supporters are the ones who benefit the most.
Are you guys still being able to get the word out? Because I noticed your Twitter is still down. We've been trying to get it unbanned for you guys. Really still trying to do that.
Yeah.
I appreciate your help there. Yeah, the Twitter is a very frustrating situation. The fact that there's this centralized entity that can arbitrarily decide whether you violated their terms. By the way, they don't tell you what you violated, and they don't give you really any instructions on how to appeal or status of appeal. So we just send in appeals daily. We got the community involved, which I hope will help. But we're not holding our breaths. I mean, we can't just wait for Twitter to make the right decision. We need to take action and take matters in our own hands. So we are greatly expanding the marketing presence of Ferrum across existing platforms. So you're going to see a lot more activity on our YouTube. And we're also expanding to new platforms. We're going to be starting the whole big thing on TikTok. I think TikTok's a lot of fun. It's the future. You can do so many cool things on there with short, fun videos, informative videos. We're getting the whole team, Ferrum team, involved. So you're going to get to meet people like Carlos, other people on the team, doing little TikTok videos. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to help solve some of this problem around, lack of, marketing. Now the Twitter's down, but I almost look at this, maybe this is a blessing in disguise, because there's not a lot of projects on TikTok. So it's kind of this untapped market. And I think it's the future. So you'll be seeing that probably next week. We're going to do the first TikTok video.
The only thing I know, Ian, is that I miss you on Twitter. That's the only thing I know.
Well, I'm still on Twitter myself, but it's not quite as powerful as Ferrum. We have 30,000 followers. We built up over 3.5 years, real people, and we're a real business. We're not a scam. So it's really frustrating, frankly. But again, we can't just rely on them to make the right decision. We need to take matters in our own hands. So TikTok is coming.
Yeah, I think you guys are going to be okay. And hopefully you'll get the Twitter back. But I think the TikTok idea is a really, really good idea. And we should probably start building ours out too, right? Right, Crypto Herc?
Yeah, probably at some point.
You just got to get over that initial, it's weird, it's new, it's different. Maybe even hire someone who's a TikTok specialist, some 16-year-old to come in and tell you how the hell
it's always about
for TikTok.
We'll outsource
it's always,
it.
I guess it's always about the comfort zone, right? You get out from your comfort zone. Twitter is just, I don't know, 300 million globally. There are so many marketing channels out there that we haven't exploited. So I think it's a very good move from Ferrum to go on TikTok, definitely.
Yeah, I think also one thing to consider, I'll just chime in here. One thing to consider with that is just also it shows the infancy of this industry as a whole, right? We're so dependent on the one platform, on Twitter, because that's just where everything's happening, where everything's growing. But now as more people come into the crypto space and want to learn more about the different projects and use cases for the projects, it makes sense to really expand out to, the Facebooks, the Instagrams, the TikToks, even the decentralized social media platforms that are coming up, right? Like we're all about decentralization. So it should be something that we should focus on. It's not something that's going to gain a lot of traction immediately, but there's so much potential on other platforms as the industry grows, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And since we, since you spoke about TikTok, let's move the conversation to Ferrum Network collectibles. Yeah,
I'm really excited about that.
NFTs. Tell us a few words about NFTs and how you came into the decision to get involved into this space.
Yeah, so I started exploring NFTs over a year ago when I was trying to do this whole full-time crypto thing, right? So I was selling canvases, like actual paintings, and I was trying to sell them for only crypto. So some of my first customers were actual influencers, and one of them actually still has the canvases on every video, wears some of my shirts sometimes. And as I progressed into trying to only earn crypto, I went down the NFT rabbit hole, and it's gaming and art. So I started trying to sell art, but I don't do digital art. So I started kind of remixing my scuba diving videos, and it was really crazy. I was selling, 5 seconds of a scuba video, just altered, made kind of trippy, for $1,000, right? And I thought, oh man, there's something here. Let me dive in deeper. And the deeper I went, and just kind of tapping in, it relates a little bit to the conversation we were just having. The deeper I went, the more I realized that eventually businesses needed to adopt this new tech the same way businesses have needed to adapt to social media, right? There's so many use cases for NFTs that aren't being explored yet. Right now, a lot of people think of it as art, but realistically, it could be a plane ticket. It could be a birth certificate way down the road. It could be, the deed to a house. There's so many use cases, and I think it's really going to disrupt commerce in general. Anything that touches the internet now is going to be disrupted by NFTs eventually. So the more I got into it, I realized, okay, I need to start figuring out how to get businesses to adopt it and just develop it into their main products. And little by little, I started tapping into different businesses, and now I'm working with Ferrum. I'm working with other companies on the side as well, and I'm just super excited to be with Ferrum specifically because I feel like Ian definitely rolled the dice on this one, just because it's something that comes out of left field. But with that said, Ian also, Ferrum's already aware of it, right? Ferrum's incubated NFT projects before I joined, so it was already a part of the business.
I remember the Chinese ox. Yeah, am I?
Yeah. For he's wearing it.
There you go. He has a T-shirt already.
Yeah,
we rolled the dice, but it paid off tremendously. This shirt is proof of that. But I'll just add that when Carlos came to me, he pitched it in a way that basically convinced me that this can actually add a lot of value to the existing core businesses of Ferrum, right? Staking was and is one of our main businesses. So our NFTs involve staking, and Carlos will explain a little bit how that works with Ferrum Network Collectibles. Same thing with the incubator. The metal ox is a great example. You hold the metal ox, you get basically essentially distributions of tokens of projects that we've incubated. So it all comes back to the core business as a way to sort of amplify that and just bring it to this new exciting medium. I think based on the response we've gotten from the community around the metal ox, and now we just announced Ferrum Network Collectibles, the hype video just came out, or we're seeing around that. This gamble that Carl said has paid off tremendously. So we're just super excited to keep going. But I just want folks to understand that this is we're not becoming an NFT project or anything like that. It's NFTs are a way to amplify and enhance our existing product lines in this cool new medium. And Carlos has really been the brains behind all of it. So huge props and shout out to Carlos for all this.
And I'm just wondering if there's a way to create these NFTs to have like long-term value. Is that mostly through having certain privileges that holding the NFT grants you, or a combination of different things?
Oh, so you can take that one. That's your right up your alley.
Yeah, definitely. There's various ways to create long-term value for the NFTs. One thing that we're doing is giving them value to represent the tier that you're in within the token holders, right? Or also another thing, it's like you could buy an NFT. You could have the privilege to buying an NFT because you're in this tier, and then this would gain you certain privileges on different platforms, and then you can resell that. And whoever buys it next would have that forever, right? Another idea is one of our partners in the project is giving life to a lot of NFTs from other companies by creating a mining game. So this basically allows, this is Chain Guardians, by the way, a blockchain gaming company. This allows you to take your NFTs and pretty much mimic mining for Bitcoin, right? You go on there and you can mine tokens from partner projects. So now something that was just a JPEG initially now has long-term value, and it's a little bit of a game. And another idea is NFTs can become, when we're talking about gaming, they can become actual assets in games, right? So this is going to revolutionize gaming, because previously you would have to buy the game developer. You would have to buy these assets from a game developer, and then you can't resell them. You just buy them and you keep them. But now you can earn them. You don't even have to buy them. You can just earn them through gameplay, and then earn this really cool skin or this weapon or this vehicle in the game, and then you can sell that. And then that person can, upgrade it somehow and then resell it And so this is something that's happening with Formula One racing already. There's so many industries that are tapping into this. It's gonna be huge.
I really like that. Instead of having to spend actual real money inside of the game, you can just earn these NFTs and then trade them or exchange them to level up or to, you know, accomplish certain things. So I really like that idea.
Yeah, I think the gaming industry, you know, it generates more income than film and music, right? It's a huge industry, and as it continues to as blockchain continues to disrupt the old gaming industry, this is just going to blow up, and you know, these developers better jump on now before they get swallowed up by this new wave.
Yeah, definitely. Sure. And what is the roadmap with Ferrum now and the NFT collectibles?
So Ferrum Network collectibles, like Ian said previously, it focuses on the core family of products from Ferrum Network, right? So that's the pre-sales, that's the incubation, that's staking, as an examples. So basically, we're gamifying the idea of crypto and incubation and staking. So an example of that is you can buy these NFTs that have utility for the different partner platforms. So the partners are some of the incubator projects, some of our just partners in business in general. And you can take these NFTs and they give you special privileges on those platforms. But within the game, you're going to have to stake Ferrum tokens. So it taps back into our core tech to be able to evolve your NFT the same way you would evolve a Pokemon, right? So when you get your initial NFT, it's going to be a still NFT. It's going to have a 1 for the power level where you're at. And if you're able to complete the staking round, which is going to be 30 days, then you'll get airdropped an evolution NFT the way a Pokemon would evolve. And then this NFT is going to have so much more utility, more entries to the lotteries. It's gonna give you a lot of more advantages within the collectible set. And at the same time, the benefit to the businesses involved is that we're able to create a cross-marketing campaign that's going to allow everyone to migrate their following back and forth. So it creates mutual growth for the businesses involved as well.
That's very interesting. And sorry, go ahead, Ian.
Yeah, I was just going to say, well, first of all, we have a hype video. Maybe you can play that and people can sort of
sure.
wrap their minds around that a little bit. The one thing that I really like about this is it was able, and Carlos, to his credit, has been able to onboard all these incredible partner projects that have decided to come on board, contribute their tokens to this bigger prize pool. And, you know, we expect this prize pool to grow into the hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we're going to have regular winners. Those who participate and follow all these steps and progress through the levels will have the opportunity to win pretty sizable sums of money through our partner.
Yeah, so I'll follow up a little bit on that. So as of now, we've got 6 projects that are contributing with their tokens at public listing price, right? So this is at this moment, it's going to be $30,000 worth of tokens at TGE. And we all know what tokens do as soon as they're launched. Like it's you know, minimum 10x, right? So this prize basket. so these basket, this is just half of the projects for now, right? So this is going to skyrocket immediately. And as you evolve your NFT, it gives you entry to this basket of tokens. So each month we're going to give away 20% of these tokens to one lucky participant. And that's a huge amount, right? And we're only doing 20% because we want this to have longevity. We want this to be a perpetual prize pool, and more projects are going to be joining this, growing that prize pool pretty much each month. So we're really excited to see, you know, where it evolves, what it gets to, and who the winners are. Based on my luck on previous NFT draws for winning them, I didn't get any. So best of luck to anyone in our community. Hopefully I know someone that does.
But this is what I like with Ferrum, right? Whatever I hear, whatever the project is, you are so structured, guys, and so fair on how you run things that I can only see success with NFTs. And also I envy your videos. I don't know who makes them. Let's see this.
Yeah.
This introduction to Ferrum network collectibles. Unfortunately, we don't have a sound. Let's see.
Yeah, so I'll kind of narrate a little bit over as this goes. One of my main interest in developing this collectible set was upgrading the level of art. You know, you've seen so many collectibles from so many projects that you right away look at them and go, okay, well, that was low effort, you know, very low effort. So we're definitely trying to level up on the art value that goes behind all of this. To get these cards done, it's taken months, you know, of trial and error and upgrading, constant upgrade, redesigning everything. And I feel like we've gotten to the point where I look at these collectibles and I really can't compare, you know, anyone else that's doing art on this level. And the partnerships that we have are really cool. It's great to have so many, you know, not just incubated projects, right? Projects from outside of our ecosystem, which I think shows that they believe in what we're doing. They get the concept and they're willing to contribute to this. Yeah, I saw the ad from Globe at the beginning of the stream. Globe is a part of this. That's an alpha leak. It hasn't really been announced in there. This is a Birb Nest exclusive right now. So yeah, they're going to be a part of this collectible set, and they're putting in their tokens into it, and we're excited to work with them as well.
Sounds so exciting. Definitely. And at this point, I think it's time to bring one of your projects into discussion. How about we bring Egemen?
Hello.
Let me remove my screen, and Yek from Babylons.
Hello, guys. Nice to be here with you and discuss Babylons and of course the Ferrum, also the non-fungible collectibles part. That's very exciting also.
Yeah, Babylons is a part of this as well. We're really excited.
Exactly. I will just open my lights here.
It sounds very... Yeah, sorry?
I will just open the lights here because it got dark while we speak. So
yeah,
I will have to open it just here.
So Babylons, from what I see on the website, it's the first marketplace on Binance Smart Chain, right? For NFTs.
Yes. It's first on marketplace, actually.
The lighting now is perfect.
Yes.
So
it got dark.
So I was saying about Babylons that is the first NFT marketplace for in Binance Smart Chain. So would you like to
first actually the first community-owned NFT marketplace, because we always stress that part because we think it brings the most of the value also, because NFT marketplace is also a nice and good business, as you discussed. Like there is a whole future ahead, but the decentralized community governance, we believe, also is one of the big impacts that should be discussed and being aware of by the community. That's why we always stress, like, we are the first community-owned NFT marketplace on Binance Smart Chain.
Yeah, it makes sense, and I truly believe in this principle myself, that you might have whatever product you might have, right? It might be the best product, but when you have the community behind it, it goes to another level, right?
Exactly.
So tell us a few words. How you started the project, how Ferrum got involved, and where do you see the future?
For sure, maybe I can tell you how I got involved, because I also got involved a few months later after the founders. One of them is also here with us. They first came to me with the idea, but myself, and one of our friends in the team, also lead designer, we were also in the NFT since like last year, May, I think. and then we were always like, especially myself, I was always a decentralized person, let's say, since 2016. So I was always basically working with blockchain, with cryptocurrencies. Always have been an enthusiast, and finally we always had the idea. We were discussing it through these years also, with our especially CEO and Arda, our CSO. We are also friends since I think 2017. We always had the idea, but this year we had the chance to bring together a strong team and a laid out plan and basically Babylons. And we are now fully focused on this all together. Also, it's very nice to be in such a team because we are a very close-knit team, even though we are not living together, but especially because of the pandemic, this way only it can be. So it's very nice to be working with Babylons, with our team, and fully focused and bringing this to the better days and in the future.
Got it. I also brought in the live stream, Arda. My apologies. You are so many, and I lost. I had to scroll down to find
no
you.
worries. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, welcome to our company. Would you like to share some information and tell us about Babylons and how will the product work? How the market works in Babylon?
Shall Arda tell you about it? Also, I can,
Arda or you or yeah.
Oh,
and the marketplace.
actually, I would like to Egemen, sorry. I would like to state
No
a few
problem.
points why we launched Babylons, and Egemen can go forward and maybe he's going to talk about the Babylon's features, but I would like to tell the story behind Babylons. Since the September last year, we were creating NFTs using some algorithms and trying to list them on NFT marketplaces using Ethereum blockchain. Mostly, I know you heard before the most famous NFT marketplaces on Ethereum blockchain. But thanks to the rising prices on cryptocurrencies and the rise of the gas fees, a minting fee to mint a single piece will increase up to $100. Mostly more expensive than the NFT's price itself. So it harms both the creators and also since we were NFT creators on different platforms, we got harmed from rise of this minting fees as well. So as the co-founders of Babylon's platform, we decided to launch an NFT marketplace with low minting fees, and the Binance Smart Chain seemed us as a viable option. Therefore, we developed our project on Binance Smart Chain, and now minting a piece on Babylons costs less than $1. So I can say we solved the main problem behind this minting fees. And also,
Exactly.
Ian, would you like to say anything about Babylons?
Sorry, we lost you for a bit. Can you repeat that?
He was, I think, asking for if Ian would like to say a few things. But before that, I wanted to mention the gas fees, basically, is a big problem. Like, especially in NFTs, yeah. Like, not for only minting, but also any kind of operations like transferring or burning, even. Like, if you want to burn, it also costs you a significant amount of money. And not only in NFTs, but only in the DeFi markets, like in DeFi markets. Also, like it's the gas has always been a problem, and even back in the 2016 or 17 days, like there were these gas wars that people were getting into ICOs or like some like timely constraint projects basically it's always been a problem. But with the help of Binance Smart Chain now, especially in NFTs in our particular, but in general also we think it's really bringing the blockchain revolution into the next steps. Also, we saw this in March and in February in the numbers with Binance Smart Chain numbers basically catching up and even surpassing Ethereum volume in like decentralized exchange volumes.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. At this point, I would love to hear the thoughts from me. And I know that Ferrum does not incubate projects that are short term, only long term, and with good people. I can say good people. So, what was it that attracted you in this team and this project?
Absolutely. So I think a lot has been spoken about the product market fit, gas fees being as high as they are on Ethereum, basically rendering that chain nearly unusable, especially minting NFTs. Probably now costs $500. It was $100 like a week ago, it's probably now $500. So that was obvious that, okay, we need a solution for NFT marketplaces on Binance Smart Chain. We get approached by teams trying to build the same product, frankly, all the time. I think I've talked to 4 or 5 of them now, and we turned all of them down, except Babylon's. One big reason, aside from the team being awesome, really, really solid guys, genuinely caring about the community, easy to work with, can definitely get the sense that they care deeply about their project, their community. So those are those really important intangibles. But the other thing that I loved about it is they built the product before they raised a penny. They came to us, and the product was 95% finished. And that is so rare in crypto, so rare. And it just speaks volumes to how I think serious this team is, committed, long-term mindset. And by the way, the product is launched. They've already been onboarding these amazing NFT artists on a regular basis. I know we're looking to mint a lot of our NFTs on Binance Smart Chain, listing them on your marketplace. We're going to be encouraging our other incubator projects who are in the NFT world or want to get NFTs to do the same. So I think the traction is also incredibly impressive, given the fact that they still haven't raised. I don't think we've started to raise funds for them yet. So they've just been bootstrapping this thing for the longest time, and it speaks volumes about this team and this project. So super honored and humbled to be working with the Babylon. They're great guys, and I think there's only going to be great things coming from them for the next many years.
Really, thanks also Ian for your very kind words. Likewise, like we are also very happy with the work with Ferrum Network. Basically, as you said, like very easy to work with, like very innovative guys. Like we can definitely, we will definitely have a nice future ahead of us together.
Sounds good, and it's always the best when you see this kind of excitement and this kind of communication. Now, I would like to. I have a question about your token, Bobby. Mm-hmm. How does it come into play?
It's our basically governance token, since we have a vision of a decentralized autonomous organization. Which basically acts upon the will of the community, and that token will have a lot of features, not a few, but like a lot of features, enabling the community to basically call the shots for the pivot points or for the future action plans, or like some additional features. Like it will be also not only a governance token, but basically the users of the platform will also own the marketplace. Like because in NFTs, basically the main idea is the ownership, and since since we are an NFT marketplace, we thought also it should be owned by the community because that brings the value in the total NFT idea. Also, how do I mean that like community will own it? We will basically distribute a significant percent almost like 50% of our tokens supply to the community through 250 weeks in 250 weeks. And like this is a significant amount also considering is the half of the token supply. All these information, by the way, of course, available on like our blog or in our website as well. But I want to again mention like how this will come into play. The main idea basically behind the token is to let the users, like the active users, to own the marketplace, like they literally own it by having the tokens and having a utility to their tokens as well by governing. Also, we also have a staking, basically a staking mechanism, let's say, which is another the main feature of our token. In that staking, for example, we also take, as you see there, we take only 2% from the sales, from both the buyer and the seller. And that 2% also we redistribute to the community, to the stakeholders, some of it basically. I think it's around 30%. It's also listed down below, maybe 25, not sure. And the rest will be used to have a deflationary, basically, a deflationary system behind the token. We will use, as you see here, 30% will be distributed as rewards back to the stakeholders. And this way, this is another way for the investors basically to own the marketplace, like get shares of the 2% profits, and the rest will be used for operations, and most of it will be burned and stored for buyback.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And I'm already sold by looking at this table here. Comparison. I'm already sold. Awesome. So before we wrap this up and bring our next guests, any last words? What is the future for Babylon? What is the next steps? What should we wait for?
This is like really exciting question also, because since we are a newly launched marketplace, we still have quite a lot announced, as Ian said, like our artists, and like the platform is live, like with onboarding artists every day. But in the future, we have some we will have some great partnerships. We are already in touch with few companies that like also our friends from like back in the before the crypto days, and some are like Ferrum some are through Ferrum network, and these will bring a lot of more use cases for NFTs as well, because since it's a new experimentation platform, basically the NFT concept, since it's an experimentation, we will experiment with it. And like we also saw some on the Ferrum network collectibles, like within games, and especially we have some cool plans for VR, like virtual reality use cases. Not only games, but like experimentation around auction systems as well. And then like more like in festival tickets, as also Carlos mentioned, like there is a lot of use cases in the future waiting for us, and through partnerships, especially we will get the NFT idea to be used within maybe industries that's never been used before, because like we don't only for example onboard NFT artists, but we use some of our artists, like they mint their first NFTs on our platform. They were not NFT artists, but they were artists, and we introduced them the idea, and then we help them also with the idea, basically teach them and like have the voice heard. In the future, we will try to keep the pace and even push it harder.
I'm sure you will make it with Ferrum backing you up. Definitely, that is a guarantee. At this point, I would love to thank you for coming to this live stream. I truly believe in this project that it has all the potential. As I said, I'm sold by looking at this table with the comparison and the fees and everything. Thank you so much for coming over. I'm sure we will keep in touch.
Of course.
And
we also thank you for having us. It was a great stream with you guys. Nice to be face to face.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure.
Yeah,
so at this point, I will remove you from the live stream and I will bring our next guests. So you are too many. Carlos, you're staying in the live stream?
No, I'll go ahead and dip out to make room for the I Bet You team as well.
Okay, it was good to speak to you, man.
Thank you guys so much for having me. So I did the one exclusive for the Birb Nest, but there's other partnerships that haven't been released yet. So follow us on Telegram to learn more about those.
Telegram and the website, and now TikTok soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll catch Ian doing TikTok dance trends. All right, bye guys.
Thank you, Carlos.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Nice to meet you.
So at this point, I will bring Eddie. Hi there, Eddie. And you are CEO of I Bet You.
Yes, I'm CEO. I Bet You. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. And Luca, who is advisor at I Bet You.
Yep.
What's up, guys? Woohoo!
And I'm looking at the website, and it says create. Actually, let me share the screen. The screen. Create irreversible bets in under 10 minutes. Prove you're right and win money. What are you doing, guys? Are you going to revolutionize the betting industry or something? Because this sounds very promising.
Just one word: magic or DeFi. This called magic DeFi thing. So basically, the idea. I can start with the idea. So Luca had a problem with his wife where he had all these bets and stuff like that. But in the end, even if he was correct, she wouldn't admit that. So he hadn't any proof of that and so on. So we were thinking about how to basically mitigate this problem and we have this still called blockchain, which is immutable. Once you create a bet and put stake in it, you can't just delete it and say, okay, I didn't do that. So the idea is I bet gets somebody that Bitcoin price will hit 100K till the end of the month. I'm optimistic. And somebody says, no way. For example, Lucas says, no way. This will never happen. And I said, sure, let's put money where your mouth is. So I put 1 Ether in this, or 1 Matic, or 1,000 Matic on Polygon. Luca also accepts the bet. He puts the stake on it. I choose my judge, the person that I trust, for example, Ian, and he chooses, I don't know, Jay, for example. And once basically the bet is created, we push that stake to the DeFi generating, basically to the MA tokens, to the Aave. It generates yield on top of that, and it's logged basically generating the value. Once the bet is concluded, the judges vote, the winner gets the stake, and the judges and the protocol split basically the yield, or basically what was earned on top of that. For example, if 2 Ether was deposited, then if half of the Ether was earned, then basically that is split. And everybody earns. We have this. We played with this. We had fun, and everybody basically earned and was paid by this. So
everybody wins.
Everybody wins, and you get an NFT as a winner at the end. That you are the actual winner, and you can just show basically. Okay, I was correct. You were not. So forever written on blockchain.
And bets are irreversible, right?
Yeah,
of course.
Contract.
Well.
Yeah.
Depends.
Well, I see some doubts.
No. I was just joking. Blockchain, once it's locked, it's locked. It's done.
It's their smart contracts. Don't forget.
I can assure you this will help my relationship a lot.
But the thing is this is not only for spouses, wives, and husbands. I mean, we're kind of DeFi geeks a little bit. We're in DeFi for quite a long time, so we see this as a social gaming type of thing. So betting is one thing, but this is like personal bets where you basically, I don't know. Jay, what's your favorite football team?
Oh goodness. Well,
I can tell you mine.
Yeah, maybe.
Which one is yours?
Olympiacos.
Okay.
The Greek one. Yes.
Okay, so let's say Olympiacos, and you know that you're 100% sure that Olympiacos is going to be the champion, the UEFA League champion next year, right?
Whoa.
And you can't
okay.
stop, yeah, and you can't stop talking about it. And you're my friend, and we know each other for a long time. The way to shut you up is say, okay, let's bet on it. Let's put $100, 100 euros on it. Let's see what happens. So you can either accept and say okay, and win or lose, or you can shut up in front of me and we still be friends. So this is also, it's not only about betting, it's also a little bit about accountability. Once you are very sure about something, you prove that you're sure, not by words, but by locking a token or tokens on your opinion and versus my opinion. And then the magic happens. We take the tokens and we yield farm it. Different strategies, different protocols. We just started. And basically my judges who, let's say Eddie and in your case, Ian, they're going to make it fair. In terms of, Olympiacos, if something drastical happens and they don't win, but it's like, I don't know, a catastrophic thing, they will reverse the bets. But if everything is fine, then I'll take your money, and this is what basically the whole thing is about. You're not going to be I don't know, angry or sad. I'm not going to be angry and sad. This is all about good fun. This is where we start. That's the first layer.
Got it. And how easy is to place a bet with I bet you? How is it going to be straightforward? How the communication will happen? Is it going to be through emails?
So you can go. It's live right now. We deployed on Polygon, on Matic, and we're using Aave to yield farm. So if you go up, you can click get started and you can try it right now. Anybody can do that right now. So you just need to have, connect MetaMask, like anything in crypto. If you don't have MetaMask, you'll need to install it or maybe use Wallet Connect with something else. And that's it. You just write the conditions of the bet, choose a judge, lock the money, and that's it. So
what can we bet on? Pretty much anything you want?
Absolutely
anything you want, any amount. Let's say you want to bet with me on $1 million. So Mark Cuban just wanted to bet, I don't know, I forgot whom, $1 million in ETH about something. We wanted to get into the game, but he's like he probably doesn't read his mentions. But you basically theoretically can lock whatever amount of money you want and set the conditions whatever you want. The judges are the ones who make a decision, or I bet you DAO if there's a dispute. So that's the beauty of the whole thing.
Now, Luca, I have a question for you. It's
yes.
Maybe it's a product idea. Have you ever thought expanding this, I bet you, the product into companies with bonuses? For example, let's say I have a target, right? And you want me you want as my boss to give me the motivation to perform, and you can easily say, okay, I have the right platform here. I will write the rules. If you achieve these sales, you will get, I don't know, 10% of the sales or 15% of the sales. So it's not a bet per se as a notion, but it's a business.
Now you got it. Exactly. I mean, now you got it. This is an accountability tool. It's easier to explain it as a bet because you did make a bet. Like, I love the idea. We're definitely going to go, like, we have bunch of product, not ideas, but they're now products that will launch gradually as we go. But this is exactly describes let's say the ethos behind I Bet You. It is not about gambling. It is about, when you make a promise, we have blockchain and tokens to make sure that you kind of fulfill on your promise. So something similar that we're going to launch post TG probably a couple of weeks later is called the community bet. We as a project, I Bet You is going to say, these are our milestones to achieve during 2021. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Launch on 6 other chains. Allow 4 different strategies. Do this, do that. And we're going to lock, let's say, 10,000 euros in it. If we achieve them, we win the bet. Whoever bets against us wins if we miss even one milestone. So that's kind of a community bet. So people can actually bet against us or for us, and the whole thing becomes interesting, like a game. There are like gazillion of ideas that we have. Like we generate them constantly because it's a fun idea. And I mean, me and Eddie did like a bunch of brainstormings. Crypto is hard for people coming outside of, for the first time. Usually somebody tells you, oh, go buy, I don't know, Safe Moon, Shiba, this, that, because it's fun. It's, you're not going to lose a lot of money. From our perspective, what we want to help out also to explain people the essence of smart contracts, the essence of DeFi, the yield farming. So what we have right now is users telling us, oh shit, now I understand what DeFi really is. I thought that there's this magical, not magical, but this complicated thing. It's like basically, you lock the stake, you borrow it to someone that, he uses it somewhere else and gives you, I don't know, 20% on a yearly basis. So the whole thing kind of evolves around that. So I'm happy that you kind of.
That's really cool. That you're not just betting on, say, an A, B, or C outcome. You have the whole accountability aspect to it, which is something that really I don't even know if that exists anywhere else.
It doesn't. That's the beauty of it.
Mm-hmm. I love it. And one question I have, because we are talking through these 2 weeks, we have been having live streams talking about DeFi and how we can bring blockchain into the retail investors, right? Do you have any plans? Because I see here I can connect my wallet, my MetaMask, and I can bet what I want. Do you have any plans to also expand to fiat currencies? So, for example, I can add my credit card and you convert it into
definitely
Tether or
like down the road, like the main market for this are normies. My mother, who is 50 and who doesn't know what blockchain is and all this nonsense, is always like, okay, what you are doing there, I don't know it. Like nonsense in sense of DeFi. She thinks that is nonsense. But now with I Bet You, she started playing with this. I managed to get her onboarded. And the next step is removing this complexity of even knowing what MetaMask is, even knowing what blockchain is. You log in with social login, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. In the background, like the wallet gets created, you top up with a credit card, you create a bet, and the whole time you don't see basically any kind of blockchain related stuff, but you still use basically the blockchain in the background. And that's basically where we want to bring this. Currently, you have a non-custodial way of using it, MetaMask, Wallet Connect, or whatever. And the other way around would be to use the custodial way, your normal betting experience on non-crypto platforms. And the beauty of this is basically that we integrate with DeFi protocols like Aave and so on. We generate basically yield on top of it. And it's simple as using any other betting normal app, which is non-crypto. And that's the magic. That's the consumer DeFi, and that's basically what we want to achieve.
Got it. Well, at this point, I would love to ask the big boss here, Ian, and tell us. Okay. and I have to be honest. It's one thing, to ask you what was it that attracted you, but yeah, it's more than obvious, right? But tell us a few things about the project.
Well, this is sort of a funny story, actually, because I Bet You was referred to Ferrum Advisory Services through DexForce Ventures. I don't know if folks know. Obviously, everyone knows Dex Tools. DexForce Ventures, sort of their, I'd say, incubation or for a venture capital arm. I'm close with the guy who's heavily involved there, named JD, and he said, "Look, you got to check out this I Bet You project. It's different. It's novel. Give him a shot." So I looked at it and I was like, this, betting, I was a little on the fence, to be perfectly honest. But then I had a call with Eddie, Luca, their full team, and I was sold within 5 minutes. Their passion, their excitement around it, the way that they pitched it, but also the fact that they had, again, this is similarity between a lot of our projects. Frankly, they had already built vast majority of the technology. I think when we first started talking to these guys, maybe it was launched on, or was about to launch on Matic, and it since has, and now they're expanding to BSC. I know they're looking at many other chains. So if you take their passion, their excitement, and then you combine that with their sort of technological development prowess, which is so evident. It's like, wow, this is a home run. This project is amazing. And what I've since become even more bullish about is the way that they've taken feedback from community members, investors, other people who just looked at it and said, "Oh, I think you can improve it this way or that," and they've really taken that to heart. Not they haven't been defensive or anything. They've been improving this product, this protocol, since really the day that we onboarded them, based on the feedback they've been getting. So this is the kind of project that, look, what we see now is probably not where it's going to be in 2-3 years from now. I mean, this thing could be huge, right? The potential is there, and the team is capable. So just cool, I guess, fun little insights behind the scenes, but fantastic team. Really happy to be working with these guys, and I think they're going to continue to turn some heads as more people learn about this project.
Yeah, because actually it seems that I wouldn't say it's easy, but I don't know why big betting companies, why they wouldn't be interested in such a product.
Well,
if we talk about commercialization, right? It's not just this has so much potential that can escape from the barriers of individual bets.
For sure.
They are interested. We had some talks already. We can't disclose it publicly because it's
of course.
Like they're quite interesting, but they don't have a knowledge to develop this. That's the thing. And we are in DeFi, so that's that different. Basically, knowledge of DeFi, everything that is happening. Because like when we started this, integration with Aave on Polygon didn't exist. The Polygon team and Aave team helped us. That was even before it was actually published. We did a blind integration, and then they published it basically publicly and so on. So basically, this is stuff that is developed, that is happening now. Like all this different strategies, advancing of protocol and so on, it's happening now, like in the last couple of months. That's basically why they are still not there. There are no competitors currently, because we are ahead of the line, basically, on top of basically all of this. We don't want to be modest, but I think we have a kick-ass team. So
if it is what it is, I mean that's exciting, definitely. So what's next? What should we expect from you guys in the next days, weeks, months?
So basically, one of the things that we mentioned basically is custodial approach that we want to build. On the other hand, we want to build a DAO, basically the governance DAO. Luca mentioned some of the dispute and stuff that can happen. So if the judges don't decide that one of the side is the winner, dispute opens, and then kicks in the I Bet You DAO, which consists of professional judges which have to stake I Bet You tokens to basically decide on these disputes, and then they are rewarded basically depending on and earn reputation and so on. So this part that I Bet You protocol earns, part of the yield, basically gets into that DAO, and this whole thing, just makes it a professional. Basically, there will be professional judges that will get paid to decide dispute. So that's also one thing. And also in parallel, we are building basically the multi-chain basically deployments. So if you want to bet on Binance, if you want to bet on Polygon or like Moonbeam or Avalanche, you go there, you have tokens there, you bet there. So we want to make this as seamless as possible for the users. Also, if you want to bet in stable tokens, and I Bet You tokens as a stake or something else, whatever works for you, we're going basically to support that.
the magic will also happen. What I'm looking forward to is you have, let's say, Binance Chain, and you have Near Protocol, Avalanche, Polygon. They're all isolated islands. What I can't wait for IBETU to be ready. For example, for me to bet the Babylon guys, I will bet from Polygon, and they will bet from Binance Chain. I don't know, is Binance Chain going to flip Ethereum on the price in the next year? Making it up from my head. And then their stake is farmed on Binance Chain, yield farming, I don't know, Pancake Swap or something, and my stake is farmed on Polygon, and basically the judges do so. So that's this, we're in crypto for quite a long time. And we I'm an enthusiast, just like Eddie and just like Yakov and Marco and the rest of the guys. We get really excited about technology and the kind of things that they bring. So what comes next is wherever the crypto takes us. We have a bunch of ideas. We know how to execute. We know how to pace ourselves. So, we're just going to go and have fun and, enjoy the ride and build an actual product, which makes sense. In our opinion, and prove, everyone right or wrong, So that's the
Sounds
general
exciting.
idea. So we want to, thank you very
Sounds
much.
exciting.
It is.
Well, I think and thank you for your patience. Actually, we got you on the live stream a bit late. We can wrap this up unless you have any final words to say, or Ian, Luca, or
who wants to
Eddie?
bet?
If you want to bet Eddie, his email is I'm not going to say it on the but I just want to thank you guys. It was a wonderful. I haven't done live streams for a while. It was always writing in AMAs and stuff like this. So this was fun. Thank you for inviting us, and either join our Telegram or follow us on Twitter, or I have a lot of Matic tokens saying whatever you say is the opposite, so we can make a bet.
Definitely. We have already.
Panathinaikos is going to be the.
No. No Panathinaikos. But I have all the information in the description of the video. So guys, for the guys that are watching, they can find you. They can find your information, your Twitter account. Thank you so much for spending the time with us. When it comes to projects, when it comes to Ferrum, the live stream will have been 1 hour. But talking to Ian, talking about projects that Ferrum incubates, it cannot be, siloed into 1 hour. Never ever. So it's so exciting talking to you, Ian, and talking to these amazing teams that you work with. Thank you again so much for your time. And I guess we'll keep in touch. We'll speak again very soon.
See you all soon. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.
Well, at this point,